Giyu states Akaza's speed is increasing again, and he wonders if he can even block it using Dead Calm. Hey, what's up everybody? It's LeeLos, and today we're talking about why Giyu versus Sanemi is obvious. Stay steady in pursuit of your dreams and goals. You're born to win, you're made for greatness, and I definitely believe in you guys. Keep up the great work each and every day. So Giyu versus Sanemi is a battle between two of the most popular hashira in the entire story of Demon Slayer. Today we're going to analyze every single power-up and ability these two characters display to find out overall who's more powerful than who between these two characters. Spoiler warning to anyone who's not caught up with the Demon Slayer manga, this video will spoil a lot of stuff from the most recent Demon Slayer movie, and I'm going to be talking about stuff that happens even after the most recent Demon Slayer movie, so if you're not caught up with the manga, this is your chance to leave the video now. Going into the Infinity Castle, Giyu and Sanemi are both depicted to be extremely powerful characters. However, the fights that they have during the Infinity Castle arc gives us a very strong understanding on the limitations of their abilities. When marked Giyu is fighting Akaza, there's a scene where Akaza breaks Giyu's sword by hitting the blade on the side while Giyu is in the middle of an attack. Later in this arc, we see marked Sanemi in a very similar situation, only he's fighting a stronger character, Kokushibo. Kokushibo is the strongest of the upper rank demons, rank 1. Despite this, when Kokushibo attempts to break Sanemi's sword from the side, Sanemi reacts to this and counters the attack, and Kokushibo states that Sanemi is getting faster mid-battle. This is in stark contrast to what happened with Giyu. Essentially, Akaza was able to break Giyu's sword from the side, but a stronger and faster character was not able to do the same to Sanemi. Another important scene is when Akaza performs Afterglow. Giyu states that Akaza's speed is increasing again, and he wonders if he can even block it using Dead Calm. Dead Calm is the 11th form in water breathing, something invented by Giyu himself. It's a technique that calms any technique that comes within his reach and turns it into nothingness. Despite this, Dead Calm is still overwhelmed by Akaza's attack Afterglow, considering the fact that marked Giyu was reacting to multiple attacks from Akaza up until this point, but he uses Dead Calm when confronted by Afterglow. This implies that Dead Calm might actually be Giyu's fastest defensive technique. Furthermore, Afterglow very well might be Akaza's fastest attack, but this creates a scale of speed for these two characters. Afterglow is simply faster than Dead Calm. Meanwhile, Tanjiro, while using his new ability, the See-Through World, looks at this attack and states that Afterglow looks like it's moving in slow motion. This scene, compared with Kokushibo, creates a very strong argument for the difference in strength and speed between Giyu and Sanemi. Kokushibo also has See-Through World. On top of that, he's had it for far longer than Tanjiro has, and he literally has 6 eyes. You could make an argument that just Short Sword Koku would scale above anything Akaza's capable of, let alone Long Sword Koku, a character that Gyomei and Sanemi state has become even faster than the Short Sword Koku. When you consider the fact that Afterglow, an attack faster than Dead Calm, would look slow motion to even just Short Sword Kokushibo, the feats that Gyomei and Sanemi perform against the Long Sword Kokushibo are genuinely insane. There's a scene where Long Sword Kokushibo launches an attack trying to kill Sanemi, Gyomei, and Muichiro all at the same time. Sanemi, with an injured leg and wounds so severe that Kokushibo thought that Sanemi should have died, still dodges this attack. This is absolutely insane because considering the fact that Akaza's fastest technique, Afterglow, would look slow motion to even a Short Sword Koku, meanwhile Long Sword Koku is doing an attack so powerful that he thinks it will kill 3 marked hashira, one of which being marked Gyomei, a character that was already 1v1 reacting to a Short Sword Koku's annoyed attacks. Even if you lowball Koku, there's a real possibility that this powerful attack from Long Sword Koku that Sanemi's dodging with an injured leg is actually faster than Afterglow. And this scene alone, you could use to say that Sanemi is not only faster than Afterglow, but he's faster than Giyu's 11th form technique technique, Dead Calm. This is one of the many scenes where Sanemi is dodging attacks from a character with see-through world. Just based on scaling, Sanemi's feats are far more impressive than Giyu. Sometimes I'm saying see-through world, sometimes I'm saying transparent world. It's the same thing. I'm essentially using a nickname for the same thing. Kokushibo states that mid-fight, even after awakening the mark, Sanemi is becoming faster and more accurate. There's some fans who believe that Sanemi and Giyu were equal with each other before entering the Infinity Castle. Even ignoring all the other feats that we've spoken about in the video, this statement here would be proof that Sanemi has surpassed Giyu. Furthermore, Kokushibo states that Sanemi and Gyome are highly skilled even amongst the hashira, and he goes on to say, if he kills Sanemi and Gyome, then everyone else will be defeated easily. Kokushibo is saying this knowing that somebody just killed Akaza. So in Kokushibo's mind, a force greater than Akaza would still be easy for him to defeat. To put it simply, the only way that people could have Giyu and Sanemi depicted as equals is if you say that Akaza is faster than Kokushibo. And considering that with the transparent world, Akaza's fastest attack, Afterglow, would still look slow motion compared to just short sword Kokushibo, the odds of Akaza being faster than Kokushibo is very unlikely. One counter-argument I've seen is some fans believe that Akaza is better at breaking swords than Kokushibo would be, because when Akaza was a human, breaking swords was his most proficient technique. But the reality is, when Akaza was a human, he did not have demon powers, he did not have a blood demon art, and he might not have even been able to use Afterglow as a human, an attack that sends long-range punches in all directions. Even though breaking swords was his most proficient technique when he was a human, Afterglow really might be superior to that now. It's also worth mentioning that Kokushibo is just on a completely different level than the other upper rank demons. He pretty much has every single power up that's possible in this story. Not only does he have a blood demon art, he also amps himself with breathing. Furthermore, he has the transparent world, and on top of all of this, he actually has a demon mark. And on top of all of this, the fact that Kokushibo's a swordsman, just like the demon slayers, you can make an argument that Kokushibo actually gets stronger mid-battle simply from fighting strong opponents. He actually has a bit of dialogue that implies this, in which he states he fought a wind hashira in the past and improved his technique as a result. All that being said, when you analyze the feats within the Infinity Castle arc, Sanemi is just consistently depicted to have better feats than Giyu. Finally, one last argument that I see people use is they try to use the feats performed against demon form Tanjiro and upscale their favorite characters. From what I've seen, this is where the most highball arguments in all of Demon Slayer come from. The overall strength level of demon form Tanjiro is very debatable and could be an entire video on its own. If you highball him to the max, he would be stronger than full power healthy Muzan. The problem with this highball is that he actually has 0 feats to support this idea. The simple fact that an exhausted, battle-damaged Inosuke was able to 1v1 demon form Tanjiro and was actually about to kill him. The only reason Inosuke didn't chop his head off was because he started crying mid-attack. The fact that battle-damaged Inosuke was able to do that is strong evidence that Tanjiro actually was not that powerful. If Tanjiro really was that powerful, then that would mean that Inosuke, someone who might have been weaker than base form Tanjiro when they entered the Infinity Castle, was now somehow magically doing a feat more impressive than all of the hashira combined. You could start making some very highball arguments, like that tired, exhausted Inosuke, someone who never became a hashira and doesn't have a demon slayer mark, in this exhausted state is now stronger than marked see-through world Gyome, stronger than Sanemi, basically stronger than all of the hashira combined, because all of the hashira combined were struggling against a nerfed Muzan. Meanwhile, we have Inosuke in this battle-damaged form about to 1v1 defeat demon form Tanjiro. So that would be the highball interpretation of demon form Tanjiro's strength, and it really just breaks the scaling of a lot of things that we saw in the series up until this point, because we literally just saw Inosuke was not on the level of the other hashira throughout this entire final battle. A more medium ball interpretation of demon form Tanjiro's strength is that he had the potential to surpass Muzan once he reached his full power. Tanjiro had just become a demon and was still essentially mindless. He couldn't speak, he couldn't use named breathing techniques, and he wasn't even using a sword. There's a lot more statements and feats throughout the series that imply that Tanjiro was nowhere near his full power once he became a demon, demon. If you guys would like me to make a video going more in detail on that, let me know in the comments below. But overall, the more medium ball interpretation of demon form Tanjiro's power is that he's more of a potential man type character. That's also the interpretation that I believe is more likely. All that being said, the feats we see all throughout the Infinity Castle arc, they show us that Giyu and Sanemi are both very strong characters, but Sanemi just simply has the better feats. He's faster than Giyu, stronger than Giyu, and if they fought, it would be a high difficulty battle, but Sanemi's just slightly more likely to win because he just has the better feats. That's everything I wanted to say. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see ya on the next one.